The EV drivetrain has some interesting characteristics. There are a couple of nice drivability benefits over its internal combustion engine counterparts, which I was reminded of in conversation the other day. Intrigued? Let me explain. I was chatting to a friend a couple of days ago about a holiday away in Cyprus, and I was reminded of the first time I drove in that country. It was in a Mitsubishi Pajero, what we know as a Shogun here in the UK. A big 4x4, not at all my chosen format of car. However, in that case it was practical because of the snow-covered mountain roads that we had to be ready to traverse for work. As well as being my first drive of a 4x4, it was also the first time I had driven a turbodiesel. This car had a 2.5 litre engine, which sounds enormous, but wasn't actually all that powerful back in the day. However, what I do remember about it was the torque it generated. That was the first time I had experienced driving something with a lot of torque, which was very different from the petrol cars I was used to. The low-down grunt from a diesel means that acceleration can be very strong, although being a turbocharged engine, the torque came in lumps. You had to wait for the turbo to spool up before the strong acceleration started. Diesels of that age, and this is quite a lot of years ago, had very low red lines, so almost as soon as the turbo had spooled up, you needed to change gear, and the process started again. Diesels would come a long way in the intervening years, and manufacturers achieved great things with them through innovation, including, for example, engines with 2 turbos, one small and one large, to achieve a wider power band and less lag. Even so, the problem of turbo lag was never quite completely solved. If only there was a powertrain that could deliver lots of torque without that lag, it would surely be the best of both worlds. This is just my EV, a humble Renault Zoe. Torque? Oh yes, plenty of torque. Indeed more than the engine in that Pajero. Lag, you say? No, not at all. Instantaneous response, no gear changes, no wait, plenty of get up and go, which usually means an EV has got up and gone before most ICE cars have worked out what gear to be in. If you have driven a car with a turbo and enjoyed the acceleration from it but disliked the lag, then maybe you should try an EV. I think it does offer the best of both worlds, lots of torque but instant response. I think you might like it. But just like me and that turbo diesel, I only know how it felt because I tried it. So I recommend you get trying an EV. Until you do, you just won't know. Thanks very much for joining me. Your questions and comments on this subject are most welcome in the section below. Have you tried a turbo diesel and compared it to an EV? If you've liked the video, then it's a help to me if you click the thumbs up button. And it would help me achieve my stretch goal for the channel if you would subscribe as well. Thanks.